viewers, and welcome to another episode of the President's Diary. In this edition, we will bring you the President's activities in the last couple of weeks. We also have a surprise package for our viewers, an exclusive interview that we had with the President on a range of issues, especially on regional integration and some internal matters. My colleague Yamari will give you a rundown of these activities. Thank you for joining us. I am Zainab.
Thank you, Zainab. We begin with regional integration. His Excellency President Adama Barrow on May 30th joined other ECOWAS heads of states and government for an extraordinary summit in the Ghanaian capital city of Accra to discuss the situation in Mali following the coup d'etat. The summit was part of a collective regional effort geared towards restoring democracy in Mali as well as strengthening peace and security in the region. In the same spirit of regional integration, President Barrow earlier this month received the special representative of the UN Secretary General and head of the United Nations for West Africa and the Sahel, Mr. Mohamed Salih Anandiv, at the State House in Banjul. Their discussion centered on trade, security, and current national and sub-regional matters. In May, President Barrow embarked on a monitoring tour of ongoing road construction projects in CRR, North and North Bank regions. The tour is in line with ensuring the acceleration of implementation processes of the national development priorities identified in the National Development Plan 2018-2021. The maintenance and completion of the national road networks and expansion of secondary feeder roads for improved access in rural areas is a key component of the NDP Priority 5. The tour served as an opportunity for the President to make a first-hand assessment of the implementation progress and also avail the Presidency and stakeholders the opportunity to collectively assess the challenges on the ground. In a similar event, President Adama Barrow pledged his government's support for the improvement and expansion of the GAM Petroleum fuel storage facility in Mandinari during a surprise visit to the depot and other government institutions. Commenting on the purpose of the visit, the Gambian leader said it was to familiarize himself with the facility and the management. He added that the availability and security of the fuel depot is a matter of national security and priority, hence it is managed and secured by Gambians. While on a conducted tour of the facility, President Barrow commented that it was critical to adopt a strategy with clearly outlined steps to secure the facility as a critical national entity. In line with his government's policy to promote the Gambian private sector growth, President Barrow also encouraged Gambian investors to invest in the petroleum industry to ensure a level playing field and competitive market rates in the industry. Moving on, as the Gambia prepares for the upcoming presidential elections, President Barrow called on political parties and their representatives to abide by IEC's established codes of conduct to facilitate a smooth and peaceful voter registration process. The President made the remarks during his voter registration at the Makati Square in Banjul. He urged all eligible Gambians, especially the first-time voters, to go out in their numbers and get registered. Viewers, from that quick recap of the President's activities and engagements in the past couple of weeks, let's look at an exclusive interview Zainab had with the President.
Thank you very much, Yamari. Like she rightly mentioned, I had an exclusive interview with the President, and during our discussion I asked him how important his recent visit to the Republic of Guinea-Conakry is as far as regional integration and fostering ties between the two countries is concerned.
It's a pleasure also, an honor to grant this interview for the President's Diary. I think I'm a big fan of the President's Diary. I think it's a very important trip. Looking at the history since I came to power, basically I think I have visited all the countries around the sub-region. I've been to Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Mali and other places, just to consolidate the relationship between Gambia and the countries around the sub-region. It's very important to engage countries around the world, especially the countries within the sub-region. And Guinea is within the sub-region, and they have played a very important role during the 2016 election and the impasse to make sure that the whole sub-region come together to see how best they can support Gambia, how best Gambia can have a peaceful transition. And because of their support, we have a very peaceful transition. And also Alpha Conde, he's a senior president. He is very experienced. I thought it's very important for me to travel to Guinea so that I can engage with him, so that I can discuss with him. We discuss a wide range of issues. Issues about the sub-region, issues about Africa, issues about our bilateral relationship. That's why we end up signing a lot of agreements. And signing those agreements, protocols, are very, very important, especially tourism, fisheries. These are areas that I think we can engage for the benefit of these two countries. Again, they are good in fisheries. I think we can learn from each other. And they know very well that Gambia is also very good and very experienced as far as tourism is concerned. So these are areas that we have discussed. And the President was very happy about this engagement. And we discussed about also, of course, about the border closure that is between Senegal and Conakry, Guinea-Conakry, and Bissau. The border closure, we are not very happy about it. And we wanted to go and contribute and see how best we can dialogue with both parties, so that their problem will be solved. But obviously we have taken steps, and we still continue to engage to see how best we can solve that problem. To me, I feel that there should be no border between our countries in the first place. And we are talking about African integration. If we want to integrate and people are closing borders, I don't think we are doing justice to that. And also the free trade area is also come into force since January. And this is the message out there is for us to integrate, for us to trade together, free movement of goods and services. So if you are talking about border closures, I think border closure doesn't have space when we talk about these things. So that's why I think overall, my trip to Guinea was very, very important. And I enjoyed my stay in Guinea. I was treated with the utmost respect, His Excellency, President Alpha Conde.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And during your visit to Guinea also, as the current chairperson of the OMVG, you visited the Caleta dams. So can you buttress on the importance of OMVG in the lives of the citizens of the member countries?
Yes, as current chair, I think it was important for me to visit the dam, because they have always been updating me about the dam. I am well informed about it. And very soon, we will have a conference between our OMVG countries. So as chair, I think that have helped me to build my capacity and know exactly what is happening at the dam. And going there also, I was really impressed. It put me at a very comfortable place, because looking at the dam, looking at the work and the money that was spent there, I think it was value for money. The project is a big project, and the most important part of the project is social. It has a social connection. Social connection is we can have cheap and reliable energy from that dam. Not reliable alone, but clean energy. it is good for the environment. These are all. And you also have another social connection, that is water. We can tap water from there. And water is a big issue, especially clean drinking water. We also want to go into industrialization as far as agriculture is concerned. We can use that dam. So I think the dam is very, very important. And we are discussing about this dam since 1976, I think, something like that, OMVG. But today we have seen that it's a reality. Now it's not a dream. It used to be a dream, but it's now a reality. And Gambia, in October, they have already written to me, Gambia will inaugurate the OMVG substation in the Gambia. That means we can access electricity from Guinea in October. I think that is good news. I think that is big. So I think it was important that I visit the dam. And I am encouraging all member states for all to pay our contribution, counterpart contributions. I think it's important. If people are helping you, you have to help yourself. The money that is involved in this dam is a lot, over 722 million US dollars. This is huge. This is not small. But we thank everybody for the commitment. We thank everybody for coming together. This is what we were dreaming of, Africans coming together to solve their problems. And electricity and water is key in development.
Yeah, absolutely, Your Excellency. Before we move to other matters from the Guinea trip, there is one particular issue that you always emphasize, especially when you visit African countries, and that is integration. You've mentioned it, that it is important that there is integration within African countries. But I want you to buttress on this a little bit more, how important it is that African countries come together.
It's very, very important, because if you have to look at what is going around the world. You're talking about European Union. If you see they are powerful, they are strong, and they have a strong voice around the world, it's because they are united. They are working together. They pool their resources together to solve problems around the world. They are not even solving problems in Europe alone, but they are solving problems around the world. So I think this is key, and it's important for Africans also to come together and see how best we can solve our problems. How do we pool our resources together? How do we help each other? In different areas, security, trade, you name it. I think African integration is key, is the way forward. If you want to make difference for our people, we have to integrate. It's a must. But now, the opportunities are there. The chances are there, because we are all following the same direction. Everybody is talking about democracy. That means the language is the same, the thinking is the same. First time, you have rebellions, you have coup d'etats, you have all these things. So it was difficult. The thinking was not the same, the direction was not the same. But now everybody is like campaigning for democracy. As far as we are consolidating our democracy, our integration will move forward. So that's why we are advocating for that. And we are advising every president, or every head of state, or every leader to make sure we respect democracy. We make sure we campaign for democracy. Moving forward, the rule of law. I think these are things that are very, very important for Africa moving forward and for the sub-region.
Thank you very much. And talking about development, talking about democracy now, Your Excellency, the Gambia is witnessing a very crucial moment in its democratization process, and that is the ongoing registration of voters' card for the upcoming elections in December. What advice do you have for Gambians as far as the voter registration is concerned?
My advice is that everybody come out and go and register. The registration is important. Your voter's card is your voice. And this is the time to make a wise decision. This is the time to choose your leaders. And if you want to participate in that, you must register. There is no other way, just registration. Attending rallies, engaging in the social media, engaging in debates and all sort of, it's important. But the most important thing, is the voters' card. And because we're talking about democracy, we're talking about equality, that's where the voters' card count. Every vote counts, and everybody will vote once only, including the president. Whether you are party leader, you are president, is one vote. So that means we are equal. That's what we are advocating for, equality. We are all equal in this country. We are the same people, same religion, same background. And I think moving forward, we want good things for this country. We want a peaceful registration, a peaceful process going forward. If we have a peaceful registration, I think it will help us to conduct a peaceful elections moving forward. But I have hope for this country. I'm seeing it happening. So I'm calling on everybody. Let us all preach peace. Let us all campaign. Let us all educate the people so that they know what is their right, what is their responsibility, what is their duty in the country. Everybody needs to contribute. Everybody should participate. So we are calling on everybody to go and register.
Indeed, it is very important. And still on the democratization process, but under a broader topic of governance, we have seen for the first time your administration establishing a unit called the Policy Delivery Unit that is guiding your office in terms of delivering on the policies and programs of this government. How would you assess the performance of this office since its establishment?
Yes, I think they are doing very well, but you know, it is a new unit. It will take time. And also, this is part of our reforms. This is what we promised the Gambian people, that we will go into reforms. But to go into reforms is not easy. There will be a lot of resistance. And that was happening, especially when we established the policy analysis unit. Some of the institution thought that the policy analysis unit is taking their job. But we enlighten them in cabinet, we talk to them. These are here to complement your efforts, to support you, because we have experts in this institution that are trying to make sure that we implement our policies, we respect our policies, we follow due process. This is what they are doing. They are a support team. They are just like acting as chief of staff for the president's office. And any other institution that need their support, need their input, you call them. They have their experts there, they can always help you. Now we have other projects. They look at the, how to call it, priority projects, social projects, and we are doing them. First time, presidents were not doing that. But because of their guidance and their advice, and also for the first time, when I was on the countrywide tour, for the first time, we got a comprehensive report of the tour. What the people need, what the people want, what can we do? Where do we tap funds? Innovative financing. So this is very innovative. We are still limited because of we don't have enough capacity, we don't have enough resources. But I think going forward, we will build capacity and we will have enough resources. And also our partners, we have to thank them. Our partners are supporting the policy analysis unit. And I think with the policy analysis unit, I think we are doing very well. The last meeting that we have with the Economic Council, a lot of things surface. And through their guidance, today, I think Gambia, if we are even getting more money, it's because we are able to do very well as far as our scorecard is concerned. So we thank them and their leadership. We will still continue to support them as a government to make sure that the policy unit can be there to support government, complement our efforts.
Indeed, Your Excellency, coming to that Economic Council meeting, you've always emphasized how your government has recovered the economy of the country since coming into office. So how important are the meetings, the Economic Council meetings that you hold?
Yes, the Economic Council meeting is very, very important because it's like the institutions that are controlling our economy will come to brief the president about our achievements, our challenges, and what are our plans, our policies going forward. So they come to update the president. I think that is key and it's important. And this time, if you look at our updates with the central bank, today our import cover is 6.7 months. They updated me. With the collection, if you compare it to last year, we are about almost 20 to 15% above last year's collection. So we are doing very well as far as our scorecard is concerned. And with the accountant general, now they have moved to E. They are paying everybody 100%, either through bank, telephone, or other means, but it's all E-system, 100% this year. Even pensioners, they were struggling with it. People didn't understand, but now a pensioner will travel from Basse to come and collect his money. They have saved them now. You sit at your house and you get your money.
And this is part of the economic reform
Yes,
process.
it's part of the economic reform. It's part of our reforms. It's part of innovative ideas. So it is making things very easy. You understand? And also we are saving a lot of money and a lot of energy. And even this, we have connected to the embassies. And some of the embassies, we connected them while our experts are in the Gambia. It's few embassies. We started with Europe and and Asia. And now, how to call it, Switzerland is a little bit complex. We have our experts there connecting. So that means our embassies will be connected to the E-system. So this is big. I think Gambia is moving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is quite impressive. Your Excellency, another very important agenda on your schedule is the security meetings or briefing. So how important are these meetings in terms of the country's security sector reform process?
I can tell you security is everything. Without security, we cannot do what we are doing. Without security, we cannot even push the economy. Without security, we cannot come to work. So security is key, is important, is top. So the Security Council will come and update me of statistics, cases that are happening in the country, weekly basis. Even looking at, since we started the zero crime operation, security situation is going down, crime is going down. Looking at the statistics. What I have told the police, always to make sure the public knows about this. Because if they don't know the statistics, you cannot know obviously whether crime is going up or down. So some people will just go at the corner, this is happening here, this is happening in the Gambia, but they don't look at the statistics. So looking at the statistics, crime is going down. And we are going to maintain this. We are even looking for innovative financing so that we can get vehicles for the security personnel, especially the police. Innovative financing, I think within a short period, we will make sure they get up to 40 to 50 vehicles through innovative finance, not central government. Because we are thinking out of the box to make sure that security is our priority in this country. So security is key.
Absolutely. Your Excellency, another very important and contentious issue is the draft constitution. Whenever it is mentioned, different opinions, and some people even reference a statement that you made about how passionate you are about having a constitution and it being part of your legacy. So what do you have to say to these opinions around that the draft constitution is dead?
Zainab, I can tell you the draft constitution is not dead. It is alive. This is about governance. This is about managing a state. This is about democracy. I am very proud. If it was before, you just send the document to the National Assembly and it is approved. But now people are free. That freedom, that is part of democracy. That's what we are fighting for. Everybody have an opinion. Everybody have a voice. Divergent views. I think that's why this constitution was really debated. And people bring out very important and very, very good points, tangible points. But as a country, as a government, as a people. We disagree to agree on certain things. But I believe that finally we will get this constitution on track. We will approve this constitution moving forward. Because there are small things that I think as a country we can come together and solve them. But so far, I am happy with the process.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And another very important process has just ended, and that is the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And the word around town is the recommendations, whether they will be implemented.
You know, in everything that you do, there is a process that you follow. People will have their opinions. People will criticize and say all of things. But you follow the due process. What I told them is, we wait for the process to finish. We wait for the recommendation. Then that will dictate what we do next. The TRRC is part of my legacy. I set up the TRRC. So it's part of my legacy. And I don't want a bad legacy for myself. I don't want a bad legacy for my government. I don't want a bad legacy for this country. People can say a lot of things. But I'm telling you, we are waiting for the report. If we got the report, our team will come together. We have a technicians who will look at this. We don't just look at the, the recommendation blindly and we just jump into it. No. We have our technicians who will look at this, analyze it, and advise us. Even we will have independent people also who will look at it. This is about the country. This is not about your house. Even your house, sometimes you calculate what you do. You follow due process, and that's what we fought for. This is not about personal. This is about principle. The principle is, we feel that we should have truth and reconciliation in this country. Moving forward, if we don't know the truth, we cannot reconcile. If we don't know the truth, it cannot put us through to what next we can do. So that's why, if we get this all in place, we will look at it, experts will look at it, and they will come and brief cabinet, comprehensive briefing on this. Cabinet. Then cabinet will also discuss this issue. Finally, we will come out with whatever recommendations our experts and cabinet approve. We will execute it to the latter, no doubt about that. The commitment is there, the political will is there, 100% plus. So, but as a leader, you accept those kind of things. Sometimes you have those kind of challenges. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the democracy going forward. And at the same time, I think as head of state also, you have to be tolerant. You have to listen to everybody. You have to listen even to your critic. Me, I think I listen more to my critic than listening to people who are always on my side. Sometimes they might not advise me correctly. They want me to hear what I want. But sometimes, most of the time, I listen to my critics, you know. And because of my critics also, I think I was able to correct a lot of things, you know. So we rest assured, I'm assuring Gambians that we will look at this document and we will make sure we do the right thing. Sometimes, it's not always that maybe you do things people think that is right. I disagree with you. But you always follow your consent, and you also follow the advice of technicians. You follow the advice of your cabinet and government. So this is what we have been doing since 2017, and we will continue to be doing that.
Okay, Your Excellency, before we wrap up the interview, I want this to be an exclusive for the viewers of the President's Diary. Like, we know there is a lot going on, especially with infrastructure, particularly in rural Gambia. But there are opinions around that asking why is the president focusing more on infrastructure. And we've also seen and heard you in various activities emphasizing the importance of having such infrastructure. I want you to emphasize
infrastructure is very, very important, is key in development. And I think Gambia, we have been lacking behind as far as infrastructure is concerned. And also coming from the private sector, I think that is also part of what have also helped me in thinking in that direction. Looking at the roads, because if I look at the roads today, you can drive from here to Pasamas 4 hours. So I think the infrastructure is very, very important. It's important in different factors. Trade, security, health, communication, you name it. People used to travel 2 hours, 3 hours to get to Basse from Fatoto, 50 kilometers. Now it takes you 25 minutes. So that means you can stay in Fatoto, be walking in Basse. So these are very, very important, and it connects the people. One old man in this Sarahule village, around Koina, we had a meeting there, that's what he said. He said, President, what you did for us, first time we cannot even visit our relatives. But now it's easy. The road is there. So we feel it, so that have bring connectivity. It have connect the people. For social activities, this is very, very important infrastructure. So it's key, and we will continue to be doing that. Looking at Banjul also, I think everybody is happy. Even my critics are happy. You know, that Banjul is done, and we are thinking of going further. We want to continue with the concept. You know, that's why I told the contractor, start thinking about Serekunda. Because we want to look at Serekunda is big, but we want to look at it in phases. You know, so that we can have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, moving forward. We can do it. When we started Banjul, people thought that we cannot do it. But we are almost finished now with Banjul. So we are thinking of moving to Serekunda, doing the same thing. It's possible. So let's work together. Let us all look forward to seeing the same project in Serekunda. Inshallah.
So, Your Excellency, finally, what message do you have for Gambians, particularly the viewers of this particular program?
Yes, Gambian, the message is we are the same people, same religion, same everything. And one thing is important for us, that is Gambia. Gambia is everybody's business. But the ultimate responsibility is with the Gambian people. And we cannot do that if the environment is not peaceful. If there is no peace and stability, let us be law-abiding. Let us make sure we all work together to build a strong foundation of democracy. With democracy, the sky is the limit for us. We are rivals, but we are not enemies. Even this coming election, nobody will lose, because everything is about Gambia. So nobody will be a loser. And we thank everybody for their contribution, their participation. Since I came to power, people have supported me all along. I would not have been able to get to this level without the support of the people. The opposition, the government, and everybody participated. And I think I'm enjoying it. And I advise everybody, let us register, prepare for the coming election, and we want to organize a very peaceful, transparent election in this country, in the history of this country, I will say. So thank you very much for granting me this opportunity, this interview. I'm looking forward to watching the President's Diary again, once more again. Yes. And this time I think I'm the chief patron of the President's President's Diary. Yes. So I'm looking forward to it.
You will see it, inshallah, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for granting us this opportunity. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, from that very insightful interview with the President, we now come to the end of this edition of the President's Diary. From the entire production team, we are saying a big thank you for the pleasure of your company. I have been your presenter, Zainab Fall, and thank you for watching.